Manchester City roll on with a 1-0 win over Southampton. They're top of the table. Jules, Pep said they beat, and I quote, one of the best teams in the Premier League, unquote. Is he laughing behind everyone's back when he says stuff like this, or does he really believe it?
Well, he said that, but added like to defend with the ball, as in they hard to press because they move the ball well, which is true. They do a lot of passes. They have a lot of possession.
They gave up like 2.7 XG in this game. Holland could have had 5 goals
easily, and they don't create much for themselves. I think the XG is 0.2, but. I see his point, but I think he was just being keen to Russell Martin, and you should be as well, because the guy is suffering. They still haven't won a game. They don't even look near like winning a game.
They have 1 point this season. Yeah, look, I'm all for teams trying to play the right way, trying to play possession, but he took it to an extreme. I watched this game on the Magic satellite dish, and I was struck. Okay, they had 6 minutes, I think, of time added on. It's literally minute 97 because there was a substitution and whatnot. He sent on Paul Onuachu, who is the size of a building. He's like 2 meters, 6'7". He can probably dunk flat-footed, right? Yeah. Presumably, the reason you have that man on is to get balls to his head that he can knock down or hold up or whatever. Yeah. They get a free kick in the middle of the pitch. Time added on has expired, right? This is literally the last kick of the game. You expect a Hail Mary, boot into the box, see what happens.
Let's go.
3 passes sideways. And then the referee kind of looks dumbfounded and just blows his whistle. This is stuff I really don't get.
Palmer puts on a masterclass again, and Chelsea beat Newcastle 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Gab, they're 1 point away from Arsenal in 3rd place.
It's a tremendous run. I mean, I think the only game they lost in the run, they lost to Servette in the Europa League, and then obviously, or not the Europa League, the conference even. And of course, they lost to Liverpool. And then City was the first game of the season. Yeah. You are seeing, I think, Maresca's patterns of play. Yeah. You're seeing an identity to this team. I thought Nico Jackson was exceptional again. Yeah. But big shout out to Romeo Lavia. And what do you mean? Big call leaving out Enzo Fernandez. Is this going to be an issue?
The second game in a row in the league. He didn't start against Liverpool either.
The French League's appeals body ruled in favor of Kylian Mbappe in his dispute with Paris Saint-Germain. But Jules, they're not just going to cut him a check, are they? And in fact, from what I've read, they have no way of enforcing this.
No. I mean, they going to take it to another court and appeal again, if you want, to somebody else, to put it simply. 55 million euros, which is still a lot of money, even for the Mbappe family. That's what
it's a lot of money for Paris Saint-Germain, too.
It is a lot of money for everyone. But, yeah, I'm not sure what the next step is, but I can guarantee you they're not going to pay that now.
So I think Mbappe could take them to an employment tribunal.
Yeah, that's what he's probably going to do.
And basically, while they don't have enforcement powers, the French League, they can do things like they can block Paris Saint-Germain's transfers.
Yeah, they can do that. But I don't think it needs to get that ugly. Bayern needed a pick-me-up after that defeat in Barcelona in the Champions League. So, Gab, a trip to Bochum was just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, so Bochum are absolutely surreally terrible. Early on, I thought, Bochum are going to take the lead here because Kim Min-jae has a bit of a brain freeze and the guy runs through on goal. He's wide open. And yet somehow, all those people who think that Kim is slow, somehow Kim manages to catch him and clear him at the goal line. Yeah. I think it's just made Bayern even angrier.
That was the only moment really for Bochum.
It was the only moment. So they win 5-0. What struck me was the quality of the goals. Yeah. This really felt like Bayern saying, let's just remind ourselves who we are. Michael Olise, tremendous free kick. Leroy Sané, a ridiculous curler.
As when Coman.
Kingsley Coman. Shooting from a million yards out. And Jamal Musiala back, scoring a header, weirdly. Yeah. And also that mazy run, dispensing the magic, which Harry Kane slammed in the back of the net.
5 different goal scorers.
Tottenham Hotspur lose to Crystal Palace, who had yet to win a game this season. Yeah. Jules, this time Ange's substitutions didn't turn things around.
Well, nothing worked for them. They were so sloppy. They were just beaten in a lot of compartment. Palace could have scored more. Spurs created some chances, of course. But yeah, just off pace at all, completely, which I thought was surprising,
For me, a week ago, we praised them because I think it was against West Ham, right? When he's got that midfield set up with Bissouma, Kulusevski, and Madison. They were getting out-muscled, right? So completely. He makes the change. He sends on Papsar.
Like he did at halftime against West Ham.
For Madison. Against West Ham, right?
Yeah, against West Ham, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but this time, when you're chasing the game, he takes off both Kulusevski and Madison. Yeah. He brings on he brings on Papsar, and then I think it was Richarlison and another winger, right?
Yeah.
And Werner, I think.
For
So
Mickey Moore, yeah.
all of a sudden, you don't have a midfielder. I'm not saying you don't have midfielders who can pass, but you don't have somebody like a Madison or Kulusevski who can create, which really seemed odd. And I think that's when things got really, really sloppy for them.
I agree. Bayer Leverkusen are held 2-2 by Werder Bremen. Granit Xhaka was furious after the game. Some of the magic come off Xabi Alonso a little bit.
As Ale Moreno would say, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's on Xabi Alonso, but you kept all your big guns. You've added to him with Terrier and whatnot. And Leverkusen are not that good this season. This is a game in which, Werder Bremen are not a good side. They're candidates for relegation, right? They lost the XG battle. The only reason that they were able to equalize was the defender had this weird sliced clearance. Yeah, Wirtz, I think, hit the post at the end, but it's really stopping. And Granit Xhaka, I mean, we know he's outspoken. We've seen him be outspoken.
Yes.
Not for the first time this season. He came in afterwards and he said, "This isn't good enough. Everybody needs to give 10 to 20% more.
Yeah.
I have to be careful with what I say because I don't want to get in trouble."
Yeah.
These are very, very ominous words. He says we have to face reality.
In trouble with his own club, not with the referee or anything. There was no
controversy.
No.
He means in trouble with his own club, with some of his teammates.
Yeah.
People are throwing Jonathan Tah under the bus because of his contractual situation. Fine, but you have other center backs.
Yeah.
If you don't like Jonathan Tah, they need to look at this, and they've not been good in Europe either.
They were not good either. Yeah.